Hello, my name is Janetta, and I'm here to interview Miss Ashley Martinez about her daughter Aliyah. Thank you for agreeing to speak with me. My first question is when your child's disability was initially suspected?
I will say Aaliyah was about 18 months old when we noticed that she is different from other kids. At that age, she started going more for play dates and for mommy and me classes, and we realized that something was off. Like other children's are more developed, and we started to worry.
Who brought it to your attention? If you first suspected it, what was the cause for the suspicion?
We noticed ourselves. It was in comparison with other children her age. Also, we have a other child, and he was different at that age. We looked at some family videos, and he was speaking a lot of words and following directions at this same age.
Thank you. Can you tell me about your frustrations that you experienced with Aliyah?
Our biggest frustration is that we couldn't communicate with her, and she cannot communicate with us. She gets easily frustrated because of that, and she throws tantrums very often. We feel helpless.
Does your child's disability affect others in your immediate family, like your husband, your other child, grandparents?
My husband is was very upset, and he feels like we were not doing enough. My mother doesn't really want to spend a lot of time with Aaliyah alone because she never understands what Aaliyah wants, and she cannot control her. She plays well with her brother, but in some point, he gets frustrated too.
I understand. Does Aliyah's disability affect the maintenance of friendships that she's developed over time?
Because of the current delay, Aaliyah can't play with other kids or friends. It seems like she would like it seems like she would like to, but she doesn't know how. She does whatever she wants, and sometimes she just ignores other kids.
Okay. Do you feel like service providers meet her needs right now?
We don't think she's getting enough service. That's why we want her to get reevaluated. We also feel like the agency is changing therapists all the time, and she has to get used to new people, and that gets her really frustrated.
Okay. What can Aliyah do now? Like, what would you say her current skills are?
Aaliyah picks up small things and big things with her with her hands. She refuses to
Use.
yeah, like to pick things up and all that. She uses her index fingers to push at small buttons. She is able to complete a shape sorter as long as the pieces are presented in a certain order. Let me see. If the order is changed, she cannot place pieces into the opening. She doesn't like to play blocks, but we'll stack we'll stack some of them. She cannot match colors and shape. She doesn't really speak at all.
Okay. What is Aliyah's relationship with her peers? Does she play well with others?
Aaliyah prefers to play by herself, but will attempt to play with others for a while. She will not seek other children, but she will look to see what they are doing. She doesn't play with her brother that much.
Okay. Does she feeds herself, dresses herself, um, you know, anything, like helps herself to
Yeah,
put herself together?
she loves bath and allows herself to be diapered. She loves to get dressed, undressed, but not on her own.
Okay.
She is picky with food, but certain foods, items like Eggo waffles, she will grab and eat herself.
Right. Since she doesn't really talk and she doesn't have vocabulary, how does she communicate with you?
Sometimes we can read her crew, But this has been the biggest struggle. Aaliyah has only 2 words and will take mom's hand and kind of gestures into directions of what she wants. She is very frustrated when she is not understood and will tantrum and cry. When she watches TV, she will sometimes jargon and put is generally quiet.
Okay. Do you think, she utilizes her small and big muscles well, or you feel like this is also delayed for her?
No, as I mentioned before, Aaliyah picks up both small and big things. We try to teach her to use the whole hand for larger objects, but this wasn't successful. She uses her index fingers to push at small buttons. She doesn't try to put a straw in a can or bottle, but she can put a penny in a piggy bank.
Oh, okay. Interesting. What's her like overall health? Is she, overall a healthy child other than these concerns that you have?
She is healthy overall and she is fully vaccinated. No health issues at all.
Okay, great. So, about her tantrums, is this something that you can prevent, that you can see that's about to happen, and can you like prevent them somehow?
Yes, it's very common when she wants to tell us something but no one can understand her, she just gets frustrated. Or when we are trying to teach her things and being persistent, she doesn't like it. We can recognize when she is about to throw a tantrum, but we cannot always prevent it. The only way to prevent it, we have to distract her with something she likes, like TV, cartoons, or candy.
Oh, okay. So there are like a few public programs in place. Depending on the family income, you can get into different programs. Are you aware of any of them? Would you be interested to learn more about these existing programs?
Yes, yes. We heard that there are specialized schools who help children like Aliyah and that they provide transportation and service on site. But I think she doesn't she needs to have a certain diagnosis to qualify for
Sure.
this school.
Yeah.
Once we have another evaluation, we will think what we want to do next.
Okay. Is she potty trained? Is if not, do you think it's something she's ready for?
She is not potty trained at the moment, and I honestly think she won't be ready for a while.
Okay. What was the trigger that made you believe that Aliyah needs more service, that whatever she's currently receiving is not enough?
We have seen no progress after a few months, but during the sections, she is very open and ready to communicate. We feel she needs to spend more time with a professional who can help her.
Okay. Um, so once she turns 3, she'll age out of the early intervention. And what are your plans? What are you thinking to do after she ages out of the current program and proceeds and I guess goes into the mainstream education system?
It will depend all in what the evaluation shows. Our preference is for her to stay in a daycare and receive service there. However, if we are told she needs like a special school, well, she will benefit more. We will go visit some schools to see what it's all about.
Okay, makes sense. So right now, would you say you understand all your rights and roles of each professional who works with Aliyah?
Not really. We often feel like we are getting a runaround and that the agency doesn't have many available therapists. The good ones are all taken and we keep asking for replacement. We do know we have a right to ask for a reevaluation, which is what we are doing now. Hopefully we can get more service for Aaliyah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time.